For decades, quicksand has been depicted as a terrifying force of nature in movies and television. We've all seen the scenes. A hapless victim steps into a patch of seemingly solid ground, only to begin sinking slowly, struggling in vain as the sand swallows them whole. Panic sets in as they claw at the surface, calling for help until, inevitably, they vanish beneath the earth. It's an image that has haunted audiences for generations, but the truth about quicksand is far less dramatic and far less deadly. In reality, quicksand is simply a mixture of water and sand that has been saturated to the point where it loses its stability. It may look like solid ground, but the moment pressure is applied, it liquefies. However, quicksand is also denser than the human body, meaning that a person caught in it will not sink entirely. At worst, they may become stuck up to their waist or chest, but unless external factors come into play, such as rising water levels or extreme exhaustion, quicksand itself is not typically fatal. Despite this, quicksand can still be dangerous, especially in remote areas where help is not readily available. That danger became a reality in July 2015, when a Texas man, Jose Ray Escobedo, vanished only to be found days later, trapped in quicksand along the San Antonio River. On the morning of July 7, 2015, 50-year-old Jose Ray Escobedo left his home in Goliad County, Texas. Known to enjoy solo outings, he was last seen around 10 a.m., and when he failed to return, his family grew concerned. Hours turned into days with no sign of him, and by July 8th, police received a report about an abandoned car beneath the Highway 239 bridge over the San Antonio River. The vehicle, a light blue Mercury sedan, had apparently been sitting there for some time. When authorities arrived, they found Escobedo's personal belongings inside, including his glasses and shoes. The discovery deepened the mystery. Where had he gone? And why had he left his car behind? For days, law enforcement and game wardens scoured the area, searching both land and water. Helicopters surveyed the riverbanks from the sky, but the dense vegetation and murky waters made the search difficult. It wasn't until July 11th, 4 days after his disappearance, that game wardens made a terrible discovery. Roughly 350 yards from where his car had been found, Escobedo's body was located along the riverbank. He had become trapped in a patch of quicksand, partially submerged up to his lower torso, with his upper body collapsed forward over the sand. Though he had not been pulled under completely, he had been immobilized, unable to free himself. Unlike the dramatic portrayals in Hollywood, Escobedo had not been sucked into quicksand in a matter of minutes. Instead, he likely stepped onto what he thought was solid ground along the riverbank, only for the wet sand beneath him to give way. As his legs sank in, the pressure of his own movements may have caused him to become further entrenched. Struggling could have only worsened his predicament, as moving quickly in quicksand forces water out of the mixture, making it denser and harder to escape. Authorities believe he may have been unable to call for help, either because he was too far from others or because he succumbed to exhaustion in the extreme summer heat. While the exact cause of death was not widely reported, the immobilization alone would have left him vulnerable to dehydration, exposure, or other environmental dangers. Despite the common fear of quicksand, cases like Escobedo's are extremely rare. According to statistics, out of 580 deaths that occurred in Texas rivers and lakes over a 5-year span, Escobedo's was the only one attributed to quicksand. Though the phenomenon exists, it is seldom deadly, unless combined with other factors. Experts advise that if someone ever finds themselves trapped in quicksand, the key to survival is to remain calm. Panicking and flailing will only make matters worse. Instead, the best course of action is to lean back, spreading weight as evenly as possible to avoid sinking further. Slow, deliberate movements can help loosen the grip of the sand, and if necessary, removing shoes or heavy clothing can make it easier to escape. Jose Rey Escobedo's story is proof that even though quicksand may not be the deadly force Hollywood has made it out to be, it is still a hazard in the right circumstances. While most people who step into quicksand are able to free themselves, Escobedo found himself in a situation where escape was impossible. Being out in nature, away from the fast pace of the city, can be a beautiful thing to experience. But like most things in this world, it also has a level of danger that is always present beneath the surface. For more tales of tragedy, mystery, and more, please like this video and subscribe to The Midnight Files. I have plenty of creepy videos for you to binge now, and I upload new videos a few times every week. Until next time, please stay safe out there, and as always, stay curious.